Welcome back to the 915 High School Football Insiders. I'm Mario Rodriguez. This is Rudy Contreras. Pleasure. Thank you, Coach, for having us once
Mario,
again.
of course, man. Always welcome.
Thank you for having us in your locker room. Thank you for opening up your doors. We always want to talk about your program. You guys are obviously, if not one of the top 2-3 programs, the top program, right? We always say you guys don't rebuild, you guys reload. And it starts at, coaching. You guys don't have that coaching turnaround. What does coaching mean to you? Where does coaching start for you? Who have you coached under? Where does your coaching tree start at?
Well, I first of all, I think if you're a coach, it's because you once played.
Right.
Whether it's college or high school or whatever, somebody impacted you. And for me, this is always home because I had a chance to play here at Valle High School, and I played for a great coach and Coach Chuck Belize. And he was surrounded by a really good staff when I was here playing ball, and that kind of molded me into the player, into the coach I wanted to be. I wanted to give back to this same community, just like those coaches did for me. And we've had for many years here, we've had a lot of good coaches. Coach Chuck Belize, and then Coach Perales came in here, did a great job. And when I started coaching in this area, I was 23 years old. So I started at the middle school, which was Valley View Middle back then, and just coming over here, coaching there, and being around good coaches here, really, really helped out a lot.
So who is the one coach from youth football or from whatever that influenced you to either love sports, love football, or even just become a coach?
Well, my pops. I got to give it to my pops. At an early age, he had me out there playing ball and showed me the value of hard work, and how it pays off, and showed me how to overcome obstacles, failure, because everybody comes across that every once in a while, but also how to carry yourself when you succeed, because sports it's a great thing, man. Nothing but life lessons when you play ball. And like I said, Coach Chuck Belize, and I've been with Coach Perales under history for a long time, but if there's one person that got me in that direction, it'd be my pops, for sure.
Big major shout out to Mr. Contreras. Thank you for giving us your son. He's been really great to us, my program or our program, and a bunch of kids across the city can say they've had a little bit to do with you, and that's always been great. Aside from that, you guys always have great coaches. There's really rarely any turnaround here. We hear about turnaround in other schools. I know victories has a lot to do with it, but I mean, what's the culture here that coaches just love it here?
The kids. It's all about the kids. We have good kids that come through here, and parents that know what it takes to be successful. I'm not just talking about on a Friday night, but in the building and once you graduate. We got a great community. We got a great administrative team here, teachers in the community that really, really support us. So there's no other place you'd want to be. You got a locker room full of guys here that'll run through a wall for you, that believe in what we do, most importantly, and they play hard for their coaches.
Absolutely. You're talking about the kids, group of kids. You got some great studs coming back, the new senior class, right?
Class of 25. Well, we lost a good group of seniors, man. I didn't mean to cut you off,
but you're fine.
I heard you bringing up the kids that are coming up. But before we do talk about those kids, I do want to just talk about our seniors that we're leaving, that are leaving us. A group that worked extremely hard. I think they were part of that COVID group when they came in, so it was a hard transition for them, but they stuck it out. They stuck it out, and they believed in what we were doing. It wasn't easy for them their freshman year. A lot of obstacles that we were faced with during that COVID year, but they stuck it out, and they had a great senior year and a great career here at Del Valle High School. So props to our seniors, man.
Well, those seniors, if they did 2 years varsity, which is normal, right? Some actually get 3 and are lucky. Some might get 4. Those seniors went 18-2.
Last couple of years, regular season games, 18-2. So they had a lot of wins under the belt.
That's a lot. Hey, it's good job. Shout out to that senior class. I know COVID did, kind of mess with you guys that one freshman year, but hey, man, you guys put in work and it showed, and you guys paved the way for DV football, or not paved the way, but you guys continue to rock and roll in the same direction. Class of 2025.
Exciting. It's an exciting group. Of course, we have Shelton Fuller coming back. About Matt Lopez. Matt Lopez. His sophomore year, he was our district MVP. But people tend to forget about him because he got hurt halfway through the season. And losing him was big because what he does for us on the defensive side of the ball, offensively, on special teams is big. But you got guys like Aiden Serna, Jonathan Estrada, Devin Rubalcaba, Aiden Cern. It's just a good core of kids that have really bought in. They play hard and they're good kids, most importantly.
So you got that group, and then you have the class of 2026 guys, which is the class that I follow so much.
Yeah.
I like to say I had a little impact on some of those guys. I love all those kids like they were all my own.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, the upcoming juniors, of course, Jake Fetty, who's really had a good offseason right now. He's getting a lot of attention, and good for him, man. He's a good kid, and of course, Coach Fetty's his dad here, and so they're doing a good job. But you got guys like Dylan Gonzalez, who was a two-way starter for us. Josiah Nunez, who was a two-way starter for us. Him and his cousin Ryan Nunez have had great couple of great years here. So we're really excited about them, man. And there's Mateo Santibanez. I mean, there's a lot more in the mix.
There's so many in there
that we got coming back. Yeah, I forgot about Israel Rocha. There's just a bunch of guys, man. Israel Rocha that we're excited for. You know what I mean? And we're excited for this spring. We're only a couple of weeks away, and we want to get out there and see what these guys can do. Because I'll tell you what, they've been working extremely hard in that weight room. We've been maxing out these last couple of days, and this last cycle has been really good for us. Numbers have jumped up, so kids are working hard. Coaches are getting after it right now.
So we said a bunch of good names, and I think I know every last name. I don't know all of them personally, but I do know the majority of them personally. One of them names, a hard worker, always in the weight room, putting in work. Someone that may not jump out as a name to everybody, but at least this program knows who he is, and maybe we should all know who he is.
Well, how about Max Giron? He's going to be a senior this year. He had a pretty good junior season, but he's had a really good offseason. Israel Rocha is another one that comes to mind. There's a couple of guys in there, more than a couple, that have been really working hard in that weight room, and we want to see a transition now into the football field. So we're excited, man. We can't wait for the spring to get going.
So your name got called out. Y'all don't make coach look bad, all right? Another one.
And if I didn't, that doesn't mean nothing. That just means keep on working.
Keep working hard, yeah. Another one is you got a feeder school. I think it's the
Valle Middle, yeah.
Valle, which was
Valle
before. And you got all these guys buying into this program. Kids from different places come here. What is it that these incoming freshmen can expect from you, your coaching staff, your veteran leaders? What can they expect coming into these?
It starts at that middle school over there, and we have a really good one, a head football coach over there in Richie Vasquez, who's been doing a great job for a long time. As a matter of fact, I started with him when I was 23 years old. So we go way back, and he's done a really good job. And the thing is just about, they learn how to play for one another and how to believe in what we're doing and all the sacrifice and the hard work that it takes. These guys work extremely hard in the summers already at the middle school. So coming in, they already know, hey, this is a routine. This is what we're supposed to do. But to answer your question, Mario, if you're coming in, it's just hard work and sacrifice, and buying into what we do. Believing in your coaching staff, taking care of what you have to do in the building, coming out and just doing all the little things that you're asked to do. Sometimes it's not what you want to do, and you might not think as a player, well, how does this help me out? But there's a bigger picture involved. It's about our program, and it starts with me to my coaches and to our kids. It's believing in the program and knowing that the program is bigger than everybody here. There's not one coach, not one player bigger than Valle football.
And you know what? It is a program, established program. One of my favorite coaching staffs, overall program with the kids, everything that you guys represent. So you guys have the coaches, you have the kids, you have the program, you have a new alignment within the UIL.
Yeah.
And you guys have goals. Where are we at?
Well, it was a crazy off season, right? It's been a crazy off season because so much speculation of what's going to happen, where teams are going to fall, and again, we don't really control that. The UIL controls the cutoff numbers and where every team falls, and we where they align those districts, and we happen to fall in 258, which is a loaded district because you got kind of Theo, you got Chapin, you have ourselves, you have a good Hanks team, Burgess team, Andrews team. The district is tough. So having those 8 teams in our 9 teams in our district, it's going to be fun. It's going to be a lot of fun. But to get to district, we have to get through non-district, and we have a really tough one. Opening night, we got Mountwood High School here, which is Pat Conquest Stadium. It's going to be a really good one. And then week 2, we travel down to the west side to take on a good Franklin team.
So you're going 1-6-8 from the get-go.
Yeah, and it's exciting. We actually had a good out-of-town team lined up for week 3. But the way the district fell and the alignment fell, we were only able to have 2 non-district games. So we had kept Franklin and Mountwood, which are really good games to kind of see where we're at right off the bat and get us ready for district play.
Coach, you did coach with Coach Valle, correct?
Yes, I did. We had some great years here together. So going back, that's going to be a really good game, man. We're excited about that.
I honestly believe it's going to be a really good game. You know, the way the districts pull out, I know you guys are 1-5A and they're 1-6A, but I mean, talent-wise, you guys are stepping up there with everybody, you know. How about other coaches? Anybody else you guys?
Well, let's recognize my coordinators. Kevin Butler, who's done an outstanding job here for many years.
Really has.
Really does a great job with the defensive side of the ball, and the way he prepares these guys to go out there and play hard every day, every Friday night it's really special to see. And then Coach Eric Ramirez, a young and upcoming coordinator who's been our coordinator here for the last 5 years. Really good coach, really smart coach, and then just everybody we have here on staff, Mario. They're great coaches, but most importantly, they're great men. And our kids see that, and our kids buy into that. So it's really big for us.
Definitely very important. Your tree is starting to become its own, man. You know, one of these days, everyone's gonna try and steal your guys. I'm telling you.
Well, you know, I got some really good ones, and I say this with a lot of confidence. Every guy on this staff is going to turn out to be a really good head coach.
I agree. I completely agree. Sounds good. Now, you did mention packing the stadium. You were part of Game 1 here at Conquest Stadium. We actually shared an article.
I saw that article.
And it actually, kind of in our way, at least in my perception, because I remember playing against you, and I didn't want to talk about that when you whooped us, and it is what it is. But I do remember that was kind of like when the beginning of the program began.
That article was actually our first game, the first game ever played here at Conquest Stadium.
Correct.
And I took a lot of heat for that article because I was getting sacked. And they were like, be an athlete. Why weren't you an athlete? Coach just said, man, I got hit behind the line. What can I do? Yeah. You know, but going back to it, man, it was a special night. And I'll always remember that night. It was our first night here at Conquest Stadium. Great atmosphere. It was packed. I know they had bleachers behind the end zones. It was a great environment, a great game. We pulled away, and that was actually our first winning season. Del Valle had never had a winning season before that. My sophomore year, we went 5-5, and that was the best record that Del Valle had. And then my junior year, we went 9-1, I want to say, made the playoffs. So there was a lot of first that year. First game played, first playoff appearance, first district championship. So to be a part of it, Mario, was special. And going back to that first question that you asked me about in regards to why do we do this, why we coach, because I want to have these kids experience those memories like we did when we were playing ball.
So the feeling of coaching, the feeling of actually playing, what does coaching do for that bridge that you no longer play or whatnot for you?
Well, if you've been a part of a Friday night and you've played football here in Texas on a Friday night, you know that feeling, you know, and I'm pretty sure every coach out there does it because it's addicting. You know, we don't get that same feeling, but we get a taste, you know, and that's enough, man. And that's what keeps us going. And it's different because you're not out there playing, but all you can do is hope that you prepared your guys and our coaching staff to go out there and succeed. And when they do, man, it's a great feeling.
Absolutely. So the work is done. You already got everything going. You said there's certain things you can control, some things you can't. One thing you can control, spring ball. What do you got in spring ball?
Well, we talked about this early on, Mario, and this is a spring full of opportunities, Mario. It's an opportunity. It's opportunities for our kids to, first of all, get better, right? For our coaches to see what we like in our install, what we don't like, personnel changes, personnel moves that we want to do, and opportunities, man. The platform that these guys are going to have this spring is like no other. We have a lot of schools coming down, which is exciting for our kids to get that exposure. They're down here to see a couple of kids in particular, but by providing this platform, you never know. You go back a couple of years ago when we had some colleges coming down to watch some of our other players, upcoming seniors. Well, there's Shelton Fuller, you know, his freshman year in spring ball, and that's where he started getting some attention. So we're excited for that, but that's not the ultimate goal. We want to get better as a program. We want to see where we're at. That way when spring ball's over, we see what we like, what we don't like, and we make our adjustments moving into, you know, week 1 for the upcoming season.
So week 1's here. What's pregame ritual?
Pregame ritual, man. You asked me this, what are you doing on Friday? Well, get everything ready, Mario. And I know that I can speak on behalf of all the coaches when it's not you just don't show up and get to the game night. Yeah, there's a lot more. Luckily, I have a good support staff here with a lot of people that help me prepare for a home game, but there's a lot that goes into it, man. And then by 3:30, 4 o'clock, you're ready to go. Stadium set, concessions ready to rock and roll, tickets, is everything that goes into a Friday night. But we're very blessed that we have a lot of help here. That's what makes our Friday nights here at Conquest Stadium special.
Nice. So what about a post-game meal after a victory?
Probably just a Whataburger, man. A Whataburger, go home and start watching film so we can come back and praise our kids for the things they did good and correct them for the things we didn't do good and kind of prepare for the next week.
Sounds good. Is there a specific meal?
I used to be able to eat, maybe back in the day, man, not no more, man. Maybe a number 5. That's the one with the jalapenos and bacon.
Yeah.
Maybe something like that, and that's it, man.
Sounds good. Well, Coach, there isn't much more I can say that you haven't already said, other than thank you for giving us
I appreciate you guys.
Anything you can do to help us come out here.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe in 2 years when that class of 26 is getting ready, I can get an exclusive with all those guys.
Yeah. Don't forget about our freshman group too, man. We got a good freshman group, a good hard nose
too.
Yeah, good. And then our 8th grade team with our incoming freshmen. We're really excited about that group. Our 7th graders, our 6th graders down there. So we're really excited, man. Future's bright.
Hey, well, anybody coming out, Mountwood Week 1 here at Conquest Stadium, get ready for a good game here with Coach Rudy Contreras signing out. Thank you, guys.
Mario, appreciate you, man.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Man, I messed up that last one.
I messed up a couple of times, man.
No, this is a good one, man.
So whenever I mess up or whatever, man, just
we got it.
try to make me look good as much as you can. I know it's a hard job.
Man. I appreciate you taking the second time